Europa Truck Trial ist Sport mit großen Trucks im schweren Gelände, actionreiche Events, eine coole Sache in einer Zusammenarbeit, Partnerschaft mit Nano Games und Aerosoft, mit der Entwicklung von HDC The Game dabei sein zu können. Die Realität, die Action, die man jetzt auch in die virtuelle Welt damit hineinbringt, ist unglaublich fantastisch.
Genau, wir haben eine super Zusammenarbeit, die echten LKWs, die echten Standorte. Und ich würde sagen, wir quatschen gar nicht lange rum, sondern wir konnten real den Truck fahren und haben es im Spiel und schauen uns das jetzt erstmal an.
Was hat dir am Spiel vielleicht besonders gut gefallen?
Ja, erstmal, dass mein Fahrzeug mit dabei ist natürlich dann, gefällt mir natürlich und man hätte es sich ja auch kaum vorstellen können. Also ich habe ja die Entwicklung auch verfolgt von dem Ganzen und wie real das Ganze dann auch geworden ist. Also wenn ich jetzt das Auto sehe, man erkennt ja manchmal kaum, ist es jetzt praktisch ein Film oder ist es tatsächlich im Spiel. Das ist das, also wie sie es jetzt getroffen haben und alles realistisch gemacht haben. Natürlich dann auch, dass sie auf die einzelnen Austragungsorte eingehen, wie es auch wir machen, so getreu wie möglich, sodass wir uns da wiedersehen. Das gefällt mir natürlich dann. Und natürlich, dass auch die Technik, also auch mit den Sperrenschalten, das ganze Thema auch wirklich aufgegriffen worden ist und nicht einfach nur jetzt vorwärts, rückwärts und dann war es das, sondern dass auch das Trial an für sich rüberkommen soll. Also das Reglement, die Taktik, dass man da reingeführt wird. Ja.
As you guys just seen, we've got some really exciting trucks here. That was real life footage, but we've got Łukasz from Poland, from Nano Games here now, from HDC's game. Many people of you might already know the game from play tests and so on, but Łukasz, you've got some great news for us. Tell us what's new in HDC and what will come.
Right, so anyone who's played the playtest has the experience with core gameplay of the game, you know, the mechanics of the track and so on and so on. But we've added some more mechanics, such as a damage system, temperature, things that make driving the track even more challenging and more interesting, I think. Well, one big thing that we're working on also is the level editor, which will allow players to create their own content, to create mods. And well, we think of it as a championship editor, so you will be able to create a whole new championship for the game and challenge your friends or strangers who can show you that they are better than you on the levels.
It's supposed to be fairly easy to use editor from what I understand.
Yes, the idea is it will be an easy drag and drop editor where you can just create an obstacle course very quickly just by selecting stuff from a list that we provide and putting it on the level. So I think it will be quite accessible.
And is it going to be somewhere like Steam Workshop, or is it going to be game internal?
Yeah. I mean, the editor will be in the game, but what you create you can post as a mod and let other people know that you can create great championships.
So, modding first, a new topic I would say, but let's step a step backwards, because not only you change the whole behavior of trucks, you're saying you're introducing a damage system. What does this damage system mean? In the playtest, actually, you could drive recklessly.
Yeah, that's true.
Without fear of differentials or so on. No overheating or something will happen. You've changed a lot there. Walk us through it, please, Łukasz.
Yeah, well, one thing we want to do is focus the attention of the player on the sports aspect and on the competition, on the obstacle course and so on. We have noticed that many people are just driving straight ahead, not really caring about the track because, well, the game in the playtest didn't really have any mechanic to stop you. But with the damage system, different parts of the track can be damaged, like the powertrain, the suspension, and so on. So you will have to be much more careful. Precision will be key to go through the obstacle courses, and we also want to have the sections, the obstacle courses, very interactive. So you will have even more interactive obstacles, like ramps and stones that fall from under your wheels and so on. We want them to be bigger, more interesting, more interactive. So it's it's physics based. So the behavior of the track and the environment will be realistic. So I think it will be cool.
And I think it's always very interesting because the whole HDC is very inherently European. As in North America, we have no such thing just because we don't have the trucks that have, we have our normal semis, but you do not have cab overs. Yeah. And so even, like we said,
that
even if you look like this,
truck,
you still have about 6 feet of hood in head over you. So it's very interesting for us from North America to see this sport that is fairly known in Europe, that is completely unknown at the moment in the States. And I think that's where the game is also very interesting for us because we get exposed to something that we have no exposure to otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, I hope North American players will also have a lot of fun with perhaps sort of exotic tracks that we introduce in the game, which are exciting but common in Europe, and perhaps something new in North America.
So in the playtest version, you showed us 3 different trucks in different sizes. Actually, the sport is divided by axes, right? You have like 2 axles, 3 axles, 4 axles, and there are more categories to come. But I think we should focus on them for now, because there's an experimental, but it's going too crazy for now. We've got some great news about trucks. Łukasz, you've got 12 new trucks for us.
Yes.
Will there be more trucks? Are these all trucks? How will the lineup look like?
Well, we already have 12 trucks ready. I think players will have a nice selection of different types of trucks, different brands, and so on. But we base the tracks on actual trucks driven in Europa Truck Trials, and they've been around for 30 years. The selection is vast, and we want to add even more. So the 12 tracks is a great beginning, but I think we'll be able to get more tracks into the game until release. So anyone who loves the tracks will have something to find for themselves.
And if you spotted the truck picture right, you might seen a lot of licenses in there, going from Mercedes over MAN and so on and so on. Everything is covered, and fans will be happy, I guess.
Well, I hope so. We have MAN trucks, we have Mercedes-Benz, Unimog, the famous brands. We have some Eastern trucks like ZIL or Ural. I would love to add a Polish track there too. So I think everyone will find something for themselves.
Those are really exciting news.
So the whole sport is based on a championship. The game is based on the sport. How does it look in-game? Will I complete in this championship? Will I be a newcomer? What is it actually about? How will my gameplay look like?
So when you start the game, you are a newcomer. You start with 1 track, and you begin your career by entering your first championship, which will be the one that will let you really understand the mechanics of the track, learn how to drive, and so on. By completing a championship, you get points, and with those points you can buy new tracks, and you can upgrade the tracks that you already have. So if you love 1 track very much, you can just work on it until it's perfect and powerful.
I need my cubes hanging down there and stuff like that. I see that, Łukasz. I see that.
So you have completed your first championship, and you can buy a new track, for example, try it out. You go to another championship, you compete there, and you will of course also get trophies and medals for achievements, like of course being first, second, and third, but you will also get a trophy for completing a whole championship without making any errors, mistakes, you know, and so on.
Will there be a trophy for most parts damaged?
Oh, well, that's a great idea. Actually, maybe there should
Flipping.
also be
Most flip overs and stuff like
exactly.
that.
It will be a sad trophy, but it will be a trophy anyways.
So speaking about this championship, all locations are based on real locations, right? For example, we have Lindbergh, where we've been just with the real trucks, a German YouTuber, and we've been driving with these trucks, but there are more other spots to come, right? Off-road parks, stuff like that. They are all based on the real locations of the real sport.
Yes, that's where the inspiration came from, and Limburg was the first place I visited when I found out about the sport. We went to see the trucks compete in Limburg, so it's there, but there are other locations where the sport takes place in Germany, France, you know, they drive in Belgium, Slovenia, Italy, all around Europe. So we begin there, but I don't think we'll stop there. We'll keep on adding new levels too. So perhaps some levels, you know, in North America.
Utah or the Canadian Rockies?
Yeah, I mean, in Utah it seems rock climbing is extremely popular. I think players in the States could have a lot of fun and feel that maybe they are driving in a known environment. So definitely that's a direction we want to go.
And thank you very much, Łukasz, for being here with us and giving us all these great news. Now we have more exciting news for bus fans.